Sitting in the studio with us right now, and if you're on our TikTok, you will see her on the screen next to me. Her name is Sam Kruger. She's a South African long distance and open water swimmer, a marathon swimmer. You do that for fun?
I do.
For fun. We are looking at English Channel attempts and swims. You've successfully swum the English Channel between England and France.
Yes. It wasn't ratified because I wore a wetsuit, and you're not allowed to wear a wetsuit. The water was very cold. So
What does ratified mean?
Ratified, so it wasn't an official crossing.
Because you had a wetsuit?
Yes.
Do you think a wetsuit's going to give us the powers to cross the English Channel?
Crazy.
Okay, so that was 2023. You completed the crossing in around 10 hours, 48 minutes.
Yes, I was very happy with my time.
And even said here, an incredibly strong result because of such challenging waters.
Yes. It's not easy. The English Channel's not a joke, especially coming from KZN where we don't get to train in cold water. So it involves a lot of traveling down to the Cape to try and acclimatize to cold water, and you just actually really battle to do it at the end of the day.
I want to say as well, the whole time I'm speaking to you, I excuse my face if I start going because I just can't understand how one does this. I mean, Tando and I were just like, this is next level, what you've accomplished. On the 21st of October 2024, Lake Malawi.
Yes, that was awesome.
Crossing.
Was that nice and warm?
Yes, that was very nice and warm. It was the best people. It's led by Open Water Africa, Howard James, and Walter Maglinton is the pilot of the boat, and they are absolutely amazing people. And it's the best team to swim for.
So this was a crossing of, it says, almost 24 kilometers from Cape Ngombo to Senga Bay.
Yes.
You did that in 9 hours, 53 minutes under strict marathon swimming rules and support.
There we go.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
So you're not allowed to touch the boat ever.
Yeah.
Your feeding has to be thrown to you, so it's usually in a liquid form. And they throw it to you over the boat, attached to a rope, and then you drink, do whatever you need to do, and then they haul the...
So no touching at all?
No touching at all, no.
And no flippers or anything
nothing,
like that?
No.
So for 9 hours...
And you're not allowed to watch, so you're not allowed to know how far you swam or the time you're swimming. Yeah, you just got to keep swimming. Yeah, you just got to blindly swim.
What? Why the no watch?
I don't actually know. That's kind of a weird rule for me, but it is the World Open Water Association rules.
Does
So
it matter
the people on the boat get to tell you?
Not really. They say it interferes with your mindset, so you should just swim. And they say you swim from feed to feed, so you fed every 30 minutes. That's on any ultramarathon swim. Every 30 minutes you get thrown some food or nourishment, and they say just swim feed to feed. Don't count how many feeds, don't count, just swim.
Sure.
Yeah, your job is just to swim, and their job is to make sure you get across. So the support that you have on the boat is very important.
Let me just say, for everyone that wears their watches to get their steps in and stuff, so they can get their free points.
Yes.
Imagine how many smoothies this woman would have. Alright, and when you are doing a swim like a Lake Malawi swim, that's a 9 and almost 10 hours, or the English Channel, but that's almost 11 hours. In your mind, from absolute silence, meditative space to singing along to yourself as you swim, where are you in a mindset there?
For the first 2 hours, it's generally panic. You just what have I gotten myself into, and you sort of take an hour or two just to settle in and just get swimming. And then up to about 6 hours, it's quite pleasant. You quite enjoy it and banter with a crew on the boats, and it's actually lovely.
And when are you bantering? So you're swim. Well,
when you feed, you're allowed to stop for about 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
In that 30 seconds, it's just it's amazing how much you can communicate with your eyes and your. That's after about 8 hours, it starts getting very unpleasant, and you start questioning your life choices.
I can imagine.
And I always get out saying, I'm never ever doing this again. And then, an hour later, I'm already planning the next one.
I was about to say, we've got Sam Kruger with us right now. You're speaking of swimming, like some of us speak of tattoos. It's I need another.
Lots of people do ultramarathon swimming, so it's not so special.
I think you're too humble. I know that you've got a 13 and 17-year-old. If either of them came and said, Mom, I want to do ultra marathon swimming, would you be like gung ho behind it, or would you say, don't do that to yourself?
Sure, that would be a hard one. I'd probably say go for it. Yeah. It's pretty cool to do special things, and it takes you to very special places, and you get to meet very special people and make lifelong friendships. So nothing can beat that.
Where is the scariest place you've swum?
Definitely the English Channel.
Why?
So you swim most of that at night. There's lots of jellyfish. There's lots of big ships there, because you in between like the white cliffs of lots.
Oh, that's even scarier than sharks.
And then if you get too close to them, they hoot at you. So like I still get like PTSD
so
if I'm at the harbour and I hear that hoot. I'm like, my heart races.
Because that's a massive and I mean, to be fair, like that thing, if you don't get seen, goodbye.
Yes, but your support boats are very good and they don't let anything happen to you. But it is very scary, and there's lots of waves. So there's, because of just the nature of the English Channel, because it's between like two solid walls, there's a lot of water in between that moves all the time. It's never flat. So there's times where you're swimming and right next to the boat and you can't even see the boat because the wave next to you is so big. So it is very intimidating.
How do you even breathe though
at night?
Yeah, it's not fun.
And do you freestyle the whole time?
Yes.
So there's no doggy paddle when you get scared?
No. There are moments where you're like, I want to get out. And then it's up to your support crew to say, no, you can do this, go for it, you've got it. Like, and then give you the motivation.
When we were sitting just outside, Sam was telling me about one of the most beautiful swims. Was it Austria last year?
Yes.
Please tell the team about this.
So I went to a little village called Klagenfurt in Austria, and we swam in the Alps. It was a 34-kilometer swim, so it's to a destination and back. In a lake. It was 25 degrees, glorious, like crystal blue, swimming past all the old chapels and cathedrals, and it was just absolutely beautiful. Also amazing people. Absolutely. Unfortunately, I didn't finish that swim either because weather came up, so we had to stop. Obviously, it gets dangerous then.
Safety first, yeah.
Safety first, always, yes.
So when you say it's beautiful, swimming past all of the beautiful chapels, I feel like it's the same as when you're on the road trip. Being the passenger is one thing. Being the passenger, you can look and watch. When you're the driver, you're looking at the road.
Yeah.
When you're swimming, your face is in the water, and then you just breathe for a hot second, and your face is back in the water. So how much did you really get to see?
So I think that's like where it's so important to swim from feed to feed. So you really live for that in that moment. Those 30 minutes, you're so excited for that 30 minutes to be up, so you can stop. And you get your 30 seconds of taking in some feed and taking in the surroundings. So it sort of keeps you going. You
do sound like a prisoner. You realize I was waiting for my time outside. This is insane. And going back to your kids again, do they think that you're so cool, or do they think it's a bit lame, or like do they just used to you being a marathon swimmer?
I think now, because of the scare that I've had with the diverticulitis and I nearly died, I think they're feeling a bit protective over me and don't really want me to do big swims anymore.
Let's jump there.
Yeah.
Diverticulitis. So again,
diverticulitis.
Okay. So team, anyone here know?
I've never heard of it, no.
Would you please, for us and for anyone listening and or watching, give us like diverticulitis 101. Diverticulitis for dummies.
Okay, there we go. So it's in Western cultures, over 50% of people over the age of 50 have diverticuli, the little pockets. So if you think about it, diverticuli is if you put clay in your hands and squeeze it, and then the clay would like pop through your fingers. That's what it is. So it's little pockets.
And where is
that
this?
In your colon. So it could be in your large intestine or in your sigmoid colon. Could be anywhere. And then you get complicated. So everybody has diverticuli, but not everybody has diverticulosis or diverticulitis. So those are when it gets.
Here for a second. So it says most colons can develop small bulging sacs. These are called diverticular.
Yes.
But won't necessarily cause a problem.
That's it.
And then having these pouches without symptoms, it says is diverticulosis, common over the age of 40, and then diverticulitis is when those diverticular get very inflamed and infected.
Correct. That's 100%. So I've definitely been suffering with it for at least 2 years. I'd gone to the doctor a lot of times. She'd put me on my GP, all sorts of tablets, and I was always nauseous. And I obviously did Lake Malawi, and I'd broken my elbow, so that was a bit of a push to do that. And then just after that, I did the Midmar 16 miles, and then just after that, I did the Ocean 16 miles. So I did 3 ultramarathon swims in about 7 or 8 months on not being very, very fit. So I put it down to that, and I was like, maybe perimenopause, because it feels like a pain on your left hand side, like an ovary pain almost.
Okay, so I was going to say, so this is just like a sore tummy.
Yeah, like a sore tummy.
And going to, if you don't mind me asking questions, right?
No, not at all. No, that's what I would like to speak about it. I want people to be aware of it.
Because a lot of people, especially when it comes ladies and going to the loo, we just don't.
Exactly.
So we don't want to say, oh, I have a runny tummy, or like we're embarrassed about it. And even the guys as well. So when you have this pain, it's
more common in men than in women, actually.
And if you have this, does it affect when you go to the bathroom?
It can. I didn't really have problems, which is why I think the doctors didn't really put 2 and 2 together. We actually thought most of the time it was kidney stones.
Oh.
So we put it down because I had kidney stones once long ago. And
so if it's a similar pain, it's pretty sore,
it's
man.
Very sore. It's very sore. And then I ended up in hospital. So then when I just landed from Austria, it was 2 days later, I was just doubled over in pain.
So you'd just done this massive swim?
Yes.
With this, you didn't even know what was going on?
No. So I think, and I didn't have, two of the 3 swims were not fantastic. And I think this is why. I just didn't know I was suffering with such a severe infection.
Okay, so you come back, you're doubled over in pain. You're like, I just can't anymore. You go now to a more specialized doctor.
Yeah, I went to the emergencies. We've got a cottage on our farm, and my tenant, who's become a very dear friend, she raced me to emergencies.
Sure.
And it was just, I ended up with a ruptured colon.
What?
Yeah.
So the infection can get that bad.
It can get that bad.
So in essence, you just now used the example of squeezing clay through your fingers.
Yes.
So did your clay, in essence, squeeze through the fingers, the colon, and then eventually that clay on the other side popped?
That's it. And then you've obviously, if your colon pops, it's stool.
So now you've literally got your stool floating in your body.
That's it. Yes.
Which, I mean...
So then I had sepsis. They actually gave me 6 hours to live.
What?
Yes.
Whoa.
I was in ICU and they said, the chances are not good at all.
Oh,
so,
Did they tell your family that?
Yes.
So everyone thought mom had 6 hours?
They're very good. They have like psychologists and psychiatrists that come in.
Not very good.
They
counsel
your whole family. It's very serious. You can die. So
at this point, are you aware of what's happening?
Yes.
Are you unconscious or
no?
So you are being told.
So you're also being told you got 6 hours.
Yes.
Oh,
it's like very touch and go.
May I just ask you, what does it feel like knowing you have children? I don't know if you're married, but
yes, my husband's also he's been very affected by all of this.
So you've got a husband and you've got kids.
Yes.
And you're awake.
Yes.
And you are able to hear. It's like someone saying, at 3 o'clock today, you're going to die in a car accident.
Yes.
But you can't change it.
Yes.
How did that feel?
It's changed my whole life, which is again why I want to speak about it, because it never needed to get that bad. And I'm sitting here today now, I feel like to be able to die is like in peace is a privilege, and a mom does not have that privilege. So to know that something bad could happen, like what about my kids, like having, that was the whole for those couple of hours where it was so touch and go, all I was doing is speaking to friends. I've got horses, I'm sorting out my horses, my dogs, I've got businesses. It's like just like you don't have the privilege of dying. Like who's going to look after your children? Who's there for them? They need their mom, especially at the age that my daughter's in matric this year.
You're still momming. How's that?
Yes.
In the last moments, she's going, someone needs to feed this, someone needs to do that, she needs that, he needs that, you need to sort that out.
Yes, it's hectic, and it definitely scars you, like coming out of that. You're like, I just, that can't happen again. And then I actually ended up back in ICU again in high care in between just after Christmas, and I think it's because I didn't eat correctly over Christmas. My son was doing SA sailing champs in Hermanus, so we were away from home. So I did try to eat very healthily, but it's just not the same, and I didn't prepare for it properly.
Okay, let's just rewind to 6 Hour Gate.
Yeah, please. She just brushed through that one.
Yeah, she's like, anyway, so we're talking 2024.
2025, last year.
This was
Last year.
Yes. It was in October last year.
What?
Yeah.
No.
November, December, January.
Yeah.
That's not even 4 months ago.
Yeah, and then I spent 4 weeks in ICU and 4 weeks in the general ward. So I was in hospital for 8 weeks.
So then how is it, or what changed that you, thank God, literally, you made it past the 6 hours?
I had a really good surgical team. So the ICU team at, I hope I can name it, Busumed Hillcrest, they are next level, and they made sure I didn't die.
So did you go for surgery? Or
I had 2 surgeries.
And what was that?
So the first surgery was obviously just to close the rupture and then try and get rid of any infection. And then the second surgery, 5 days later, was what they call a washout. So they literally unpack all your organs and like clean your insides and then pack it all back again. So yeah, I've got obviously it's a big abdominal scar. It's a big abdominal surgery. So, and I was very lucky not to have a stoma bag.
Yeah,
Yes.
that would be forever, hey?
No, they say they can reverse that. So you sit with a stoma bag for like 6 months while everything's repairing.
So, Devik, do you know what a stoma bag is? It's, in essence, when your colon is being worked on or affected, or some people have parts of their colon cut out because of colon cancer. It's an external bag that takes the place of a colon. But in essence, you're walking around with your poop. And I mean, it has to happen, and at least your body can still work, but you are in your dress or your shirt. Underneath you right now is a bag. It's not see-through though, right?
No.
So
it lies. Obviously, did extensive
Quite
research
flat,
on
yeah.
it because it still could happen. It lies flat with your body, so you can't see it, and you can apparently still swim with it and carry on with your normal life. So
after the first surgery, you survived it.
yes.
So did we think we're in the clear, or was your family still
No, we
preparing?
knew that it was still, because my infection markers were still through the roof, and we knew that the minute I was strong enough, I was going to have second surgery. So we were just waiting for me to.
And that was what, 5 days later?
5 days later, yes.
And then you had this incredible washout of your.
Yes.
Can you believe modern medicine? Hey.
Yeah.
My God. Okay, so you have
Yeah.
this washout of your system because I mean you've now got
Infection.
fecal matter.
Yes.
That has been
Yes.
all
E.
over.
coli all over
God,
your
it's
body. Yeah.
completely coli.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes. Because E. coli lives in poop.
So you have
Yeah.
this washout.
Yeah.
The surgery goes well.
Yes.
You're back in ICU.
Yes.
And then?
And then I was there for a while. Yeah.
What's
so
a while?
I think there was another 3 weeks after the second surgery.
And how were your children dealing at that point?
It was exams and stuff during that time.
And my daughter actually had a surgery on her ankle.
Oh my.
Also in that time, she had to have pins and plates removed. She had a horse riding accident. So yeah.
And then she was in grade 11 last
She
year.
was in grade 11, but she's superhuman. So she cooked all the meals and looked. And I've also got a business growing microgreens that I sell. And her and a friend of mine completely took that over. We didn't miss one delivery or one.
Are you serious?
Yeah, my kids are amazing. Yeah.
And your little boy?
Yeah, I think him and my husband, like they're quiet and they handle it internally. So I think long term I'm more worried about the effects that it has on him because he doesn't verbalize like how scary it was for him.
And also because, I mean, they were told, Mom's going.
Yeah.
He had to deal with the
Yes.
thought of my mom is going.
Yes.
My wife is leaving. Like,
Yes.
it's happening.
Yes.
They were told that. They were
Yes.
counseled that.
Yes.
So even though you're back now, it's that understanding. And if anyone's ever been in a situation, those 2 words that I wish we had never learned. What if?
Yeah.
Because then it's like, what if it happens again? What if? And then for
So you constantly are living with that. What if? Constantly, as I wake up with it, like I go to sleep with it. Every time you eat something, you think about it. Because obviously diet is very important.
So let's talk about diet, yeah.
So for the first while after the op, you can only have liquids, clear liquids. Then you slowly go onto soft food, but your diet will never really be the same again. So you can't really eat meat, and I love meat. So you have to. there's a lot of vegetables you can't really eat in the beginning for the first 3 months. So yeah, it's like sort of mashed potato. And I lived off those Woolies pouches of baby food. Yeah, lots of those. And slowly I'm starting to navigate what I can and can't eat again, because obviously I had the relapse where I had to go back to high
in
care.
December.
Yes, just after Christmas. And
what happened there?
So then, because you've had all those surgeries, it causes scar tissue on your colon, and then obviously food can't move through, and then and then there's blockages. So that's
you have
also
a colon
very
that's not
serious.
coloning.
So that was another procedure then, again, to get everything.
And how often do you have to keep, I mean, is it something that gets fixed?
No.
Or now, is this the state of the colon and you have to just keep on going? Do you have to go and get your colon cleaned constantly, or is it going to do its own thing?
It will do its own thing, and I think that it's just very important to be aware. Like, so if you're getting a certain kind of pain, that go in and get checked out, get antibiotics so that things don't.
Well, I'm looking at
go
this
too
now,
bad
and it says some of the symptoms. In case you've ever had these symptoms, and obviously, you know what we all do as humans now, we're going to be like, I've had this, I've had this.
ChatGPT.
If you have a pain in the lower left abdomen, that's the most typical, they say. So lower left abdomen pain. Fever, bloating, nausea, constipation, sometimes diarrhea, tenderness when pressing the area, and the pain is steady, not crampy. So were you just in constant pain?
Yes. It was, like, even now I have pain. Like, it's always there.
And what does it feel like?
Like, for a woman, like a menstrual pain.
No, you live with that?
Yes. Constantly, like, that's why I put it down to, like, something.
Yeah. Lady things.
Yeah.
It says here why it happens. The exact cause is not fully proven, but it has been linked in cases to a low fiber diet, constipation or pressure in the colon, aging of the colon wall, obesity, smoking, or lack of exercise. I mean, no for you. So I wonder.
Yes.
Could it be a stress thing?
Definitely stress related, yes.
Wait, the way you're smiling like this, let's quickly jump there. Are you a stress woman?
Big time.
And you know our gut is our second brain.
Yes. Yeah.
Have you ever looked at alternative medicine?
I have. I've got a homeopath, and I've had some life coaching with Tracy Moxie, and yeah, I'm thinking about maybe going back to some of those sorts of things. And yeah, it's just big lifestyle adjustments.
Because I do wonder that, like,
learning to say no.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
And when you think about it, trusting your gut, literally.
Yes.
And when you learn to say no, that's you putting up a boundary of saying, I know what's right for me.
Yes.
And that's trusting your gut when we don't trust our guts.
Yes. Yeah, literally.
So are you able to swim this weekend?
I'm not able to swim this weekend because I haven't been able to really train yet. So, I'm very, very sad to be missing 16 miles this week. And I have serious FOMO.
But you know that you could float across once.
Not the same though.
I mean,
16 miles is very special. It's a very, very special event, and it's where my love for open water and for ultramarathon swimming started. So, yeah.
And that's
16
8
miles is very
on the one day and 8 on the other day.
Correct. Some people are very crazy and they do it all on the same day.
Well, I heard there's a 32 miler.
Yeah, two. I think Terence Parkin, the deaf swimmer, he's doing the 32, and Reino van Valk,
yes,
the swimmer from Tux, he's also doing 32.
Someone's doing their 32nd. We had Wayne Redden in here, and I think he said there was a reason. Either someone's turned 32 or someone's doing the 32nd mid-mile.
Okay.
And so that's why they're doing the 32 miler.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And the one jumped on the other's one's bandwagon.
I think it definitely helps to have two swimmers so you can sort of lean off each other. And it helps. Misery loves company.
You know,
to have somebody going through what you're going through is good.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just looking at some other stuff here. It says that this can be mild or incredibly dangerous, as we know now. Doctors can diagnose diverticulitis through a CT scan of the abdomen and the main test, and then bloods will show infection. And then a colonoscopy is done later, but not during the actual attack. Long-term prevention, it says high fiber diet, hydration, regular bowel movements, exercise, weight control. Seeds, nuts, and popcorn were once blamed, but evidence does not support needing to avoid them. When to get urgent help: severe abdominal pain, fever with chills, vomiting, blood in your stool, or pain that suddenly worsens. Are you feeling, what is your gut telling you? Are you feeling like you're in the clear?
No.
Okay.
No. No, I think down the line I will have to have the resection of the colon.
Okay.
And that's some of it cut away.
Yes, but my doctor said that if it's elective, it's not as serious, and most of the time you don't need the stoma bag and stuff, because they can prep your bowels so that everything is clean and they
able to
operate.
function
Yes.
still. And mentally, are you okay?
Yes, as long as I can still swim.
And can you still swim?
I can still swim. I am swimming, just not extreme distances, but I really would like to do Lake Malawi again next year. That's my goal.
So when you say not extreme distances, you're just like smashing out like a young 5 or 10K. Is that for your not extreme distances?
Yeah, I haven't done more than 5 yet. So yeah.
Yet, you're telling us about your near-death experience 4 months ago.
Yeah. So swimming comes very easy to me. It's not like a big deal to get in mid-mar and swim 3 kilometers. It's like it's not hard for me. It's hard for me like not to do it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're literally like a fish out of water right now.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Sam, I want to say thank you for speaking to us. I know that especially when it comes to things about ourselves, it can feel a bit awkward, but I feel that there is no shame here, and you shouldn't have any shame.
No.
And I think just like you're saying, a lot of us, we don't listen to our bodies.
Yes.
And I mean, look what you were doing still up until days before this happened.
Yes.
And if anything I can take away from this is that our bodies speak so loudly to us, and they do. And we need to trust our guts. We need to listen to our bodies because they know. They know.
Yeah. 100%.
Will you please keep us updated?
I will.
You promise?
Yes. I will let you know when I'm going to cross Lake Malawi again.
You are. And I'm going to do this thing, and I don't expect you to follow through, but we've got a couple alternative doctors in our books that have done some remarkable work. And I'm just going to give you some numbers, like a Rafik and a Zelda. And because you know what? The worst that can happen is nothing changes.
Absolutely.
But just what if we get to release the fascia a bit and everything maybe comes
I actually listened to that episode the other day.
Did
it was
you?
Very interesting, yes.
Well, I have a feeling that between her and our Chinese doctor Rafik, even just a check.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate.
Yes.
But anything's better than a cut.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
And just thank you so much for sharing. You are remarkable.
You.
And we are going to follow your Lake Malawi swim next year.
Thank you.
It would be great if one of us to go with, eh?
Yes. Africa is just, I think I love that swim so much because it's African and I'm very proudly African.
Yes.
So it's my favorite swim.
Sam Kruger, you are really just inspirational. Thank you for joining us this morning. It is.
Thanks for having me.
You're so welcome. 3 minutes after 8. This is PlayZN.